Hey everybody, it's Max J. Miller, co-author with Robert Hollis of the upcoming How Is That Working?, which will be out in October. Yesterday I started to talk a little bit from the introduction to How Is That Working about kind of the disempowering conversation going on and debate going on sort of about the haves versus the have-nots. And Robert and I are both about empowering anyone to move on to what's next in life. And in this introduction, we're setting up and kind of critiquing the cultural discourse. Here's the second part of that. Robert speaking, I'm an entrepreneurial evangelist. I look for every opportunity to encourage people to dare to build their own empire rather than to try to claw their way to the top of somebody else's pyramid. However, I'm also an entrepreneurial educator, and that responsibility entails painting an honest picture of the challenges and risks of entrepreneurship. If you listen to the stories of entrepreneurs who failed in their efforts to build a business, and a huge percent of successful entrepreneurs have failed in at least one previous enterprise, you will hear two recurring themes from them. One is insufficient capital and cash flow, and the second is a lack of knowledge and experience in running a business. It's a strange thing that in spite of well-publicized statistics on business failure, people still imagine somehow they can succeed without any prior experiential knowledge or know-how. Maybe people think that because they've worked in a business or corporation, they somehow understand the critical factors involved in building a successful enterprise. It may also have something to do with the independent nature of those who are attracted to entrepreneurship. You look around at any other profession or job, and you find people get trained before they start performing their duties. As a mechanic, I couldn't even smog test a car without training and certification. However, would-be entrepreneurs frequently jump right in without understanding how business works, and in short time, they find themselves overwhelmed and chasing their tails. They often know little about marketing, so they try to sell their products or services to friends, colleagues, and family members with awkward and uncomfortable results. If things go well, they often try to expand by hiring friends and family, adding unnecessary tensions to their business operation. Then, when they run out of cash and customers, they quit and blame the economy, their chosen industry, or some other external circumstance. So, the general public's view of entrepreneurship comes from the blind leading the blind in the dark. They don't have a clue. When people ask me for my secret to building a successful enterprise, and Robert just as an aside, remind you, Robert has over 500,000 customers in one business. So when people ask me for my secret to building a successful enterprise, I have many possible answers to offer. First, I focus on the singular goal that really matters in creating a flourishing business, and that is build a large, satisfied customer base. That's the goal. That's the brass ring. And that is exactly what I've achieved in the 7 successful businesses I've created. In each case, I've accomplished this by developing real relationships with potential customers and focusing on creating and providing value for them. Ding, 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 big secret. Without a doubt, my method works. And this is where he mentions he has over 500,000 customers in 9 countries in his current enterprise. Often when I speak with people about starting an online business, they tell me that they don't have a product or service to sell. They're usually surprised when I tell them that the biggest earners online are individuals and companies that promote products and services produced by others. These big earners help companies connect with people who would find their product and service valuable. Those companies are more than happy to pay to acquire new customers. While the amount of money that gets paid every day to acquire new customers would boggle your mind, I'm amazed at how many people today have become experts at promoting other companies' products without ever earning a dime for their efforts. Today, people promote their favorite movies, shoes, jeans, music, videos, articles, pictures, and all sorts of brands and designer labels. They do this through likes, pins, and other links on their social media sites. while the producers of those products and the social media outlets such as Facebook, Pinterest, etc. are profiting enormously from the promotional activities of millions of people, the vast majority of those promoting have no clue how to profit from their efforts. If the brass ring in business is building a large satisfied customer base, then many of us have been providing a valuable service for our promotional effort by our promotional efforts. Why not learn to be paid for that? My next secret involves finding a mentor and committing the time and effort to mastering the fundamentals of marketing and business development. I devoted myself for several years to learn from one successful mentor, and that experience laid the foundation for me to build several wildly successful businesses. In addition to finding a mentor who has built successful businesses, I recommend that you find one who has documented his or her effectiveness in mentoring others to achieve success as well. To date, I've documented 44 millionaires that acknowledge me as their business mentor. Most of these came to me with the same question: how do you do it? How did you build such a massive customer base? The final secret to success involves humbling yourself and opening your mind to new ways of thinking and operating. For most would-be entrepreneurs, this presents the biggest challenge of all. Most people over the age of 12 think they've got the world all figured out. They believe that the way the world seems to them is just the way the world really is. It's this very way of thinking that has most people stuck where they are in life. To make matters worse, most people are convinced that they are already open-minded, and this just adds another deadbolt to their already locked minds. When things don't work out as planned, and a business never grows exactly as planned, people tend to blame their circumstances rather than looking at the situation as a learning opportunity. If I've learned anything from life, it's this: change your way of thinking and acting and being in the world, and your life and circumstances will inevitably change as well. But you will never really change your life by focusing on your circumstances. Being a true entrepreneur is as much about developing yourself as it is about developing a business. Well, that's where I'm going to leave it for you today. We'll be back tomorrow with more insights from How Is That Working and my other books, and I look forward to seeing you. Please feel free to jot your questions down, add your comments and response to this. Thanks.